Hey, I'm Tim. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel if you've been following along. This is old Earl, our Suburban. Last summer we did a big old slam job on Earl, got all our stuff. Wheel 411 hooked us up with the TinWorks, C-notch, the whole 9 yards, and we've got springs and drop spindles in the front. The problem we're having is the back is a little bit too low. TinWorks makes an airbag kit and shock relocation kit. But because my tires are so big in the back, it doesn't look like there's enough room for the airbag. So I'm hoping and praying that we can put the TinWorks shock relocation kit in and give us the angle that we need so we can use those air shocks and get us up that inch or so that we need to stop the bottoming out. And I was just under there also, and I think when we did the install, we used the wrong set of holes that are in the mounting plates. We had 2 holes for different size springs. And I'm noticing that the rear end is actually hitting the back of the C-notch, which is no bueno. All right, so let me take you around the other side and I'll show you what exactly I'm talking about here with our ride height issues, and I'll show you the TinWorks kit that we've got. So let me spin you around. Now Earl's looking pretty sexy. I mean, the stance is awesome, but the back end is just a touch too low. We just need a little bit more clearance. We just need a little bit of a in the back, especially if we have some friends or cargo back there. We need that extra capacity. And if you look close, not sure if you can see it, but the rear end is further back. It's not quite centered in that wheel well. So by moving it, I'm hoping we can get that recentered and get the clearance we need in the C-notch. Hoping and praying that that's the case. It looks like it is, but we'll see. So we've got like, I think 2.5, 3 weeks? 3 weeks. I'm not sure, something like that. But we're doing the GM tailgate tour, starting in Sevierville, Tennessee, and bouncing across the Carolinas, ultimately ending up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So we're going up there with some friends, and it's gonna be a heck of a time. But we need to get Earl in shape for this road trip, so. Time to dive in. All right, let me know when I've gone far enough so I don't crash into the house here. There's one. Okay, I think we're good. We good, guys? Are we good there? I hope so. We're gonna call it good right there. Yeah, that'll give us a little more roomage. And this is the TinWorks kit that we're gonna be putting on. So these 2 bolts here on each side of the kit, that bolts to the 2 of the bolts that are in with the C-notch. So we're going to take the 4 C-notch bolts out, bolt that in, and then we've got new plates for the shocks. Just like this. Actually, like this. Maybe like that. I'm thinking so, like that. And then these are the holes I was telling you about. I'm in the wrong hole. So we got to switch the rear end, top and bottom, to the other hole. That's the kit. Let's get it up on jack stands, and we'll see what we can do. Something wrong. I think I gotta go get my new jack. I'll be right back. The old snap-on jack is croaking. See if this Harbor Freight one's worth a hill of beans or not. Look at the size of them balonies, huh? They're monsters. Monsters, I say. Check these stands, make sure they're safe. I don't want to be a pancake. They're in there good. And I'm also going to go get 2 more jack stands and put 2 more in the back for good luck, because I'm going to be wrenching around and shaking into here. I like living. I don't want to get hurt. So let me get those and we'll be right back and see what we can find under here. All right, the first thing we're going to do is let's disconnect these shocks. Obviously there's no air in them because they've just been leaking. This little Shockalina doesn't want to come out. Come on, buddy. No. Ow! That's some of my skin. That's one shock out. I'll hop over to the other side. We'll strip that one out. And once that's out, let's see what's next. Do the top bracket. Yeah, let's do that. All right, guys. We seem to have a bit of an issue. So I'm going to bring you underneath here and show you what I'm dealing with. So I thought this bar was supposed to go in between where the C-notch bolts are and bolt to that. Well, it's a little too narrow. and I'm not sure where exactly it's supposed to go. So I'm gonna take you underneath here and show you what I'm dealing with. So let's crawl underneath. Here's the bar. I know it's hard to see. Kind of exhaust pipe's kind of in the way. Well, it kind of fits up there, but it's still, see if it sits inside all the way like that. We're like 2 inches short on that side. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? Probably not. There's that, you're upside down. I'm confused. Looks like that, which is no bueno. It's sitting like that on this side, which is no bueno. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch over to the bottom. We'll put the bottom brackets on, and then I think I'm gonna have to call TinWorks tomorrow. Today's Sunday, so they're obviously not there. So I'll call them tomorrow morning and see if I could get some insight on this thing, because it didn't come with any sort of instructions to help. And there's nothing on their website. So let's put the bottom brackets on, check the rear end out, and then we'll pick this back up for the crossbar tomorrow. So I'm not sure if I was able to show you what I just wanted to show you underneath, because there's like zero room. But the cross member doesn't fit where I thought it would, at least. So I'm not sure if I'm missing something or what the skinny is. So tomorrow I'm gonna call TinWorks and see if I can get some insight on how that thing's supposed to go. But for now, let's take these brackets off the bottom and put the new plates on the bottom and see if we can shift that rear end or not, front to back. Let's get unbolting that and we'll see what we can do with that at least. Okay, that plate's off. Can I move this? No. Okay, let's go move the other side. I really hope I'm just missing something. We'll go move this. Been missing something simple, but I swear I had researched this before and it bolted up to the C-notch bolts. Maybe they gave me the one for a different truck or something. I don't know. Let's get this all disconnected and see if we can square away the rear end, put these brackets on, and it's gonna go from there, I guess. How much else we can do? Job may snowball because I may end up having to whack that tailpipe out of the way. Okay, now we are free. See if I can lift the rear end here by using my muscles and see what we can do here. Okay guys, let's see if we can lift this up and see if there's a couple sets of pins. Oh, that's heavy. So I thought this block had 2 sets of pins. It did. And we are on the other hole, so let's move it up a hole. And give that a whirl. I guess I'll have to go to the other side. We'll try shoving this rear end forward with that other pin. That will center it up in the hole and then give us some more clearance, because it was the back of the rear end was hitting the C-notch. So let's move this one and get this one up ahead. So my schools. Oh, rear end twisted. I'm gonna put the other crappy jack underneath the rear end to jack it in place and hold it. She twisted sistered on us. There we go. Get it where she's supposed to be. Go check the other side. You can lift the block. Oh, you know what the problem is? I think I know what the problem is. My drive shaft's too long. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I gotta pull this drive shaft out and have it shortened. Yeah. Let's pull the drive shaft. Gets to see what kind of length we need. Oh boy, this is snowballing. Yeah, we get her out. We'll pull this right out of here. Ah, there we go. Take this thing out, get that baby shortened. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing to sit where it's supposed to now that the drive shaft's out. Where it's supposed to, where I think it's supposed to. That feels right. Let's go to the other side and check the other side. I'm not sure if what we're doing is right or not, but we're gonna try it. So we've got to do something to get that rear end forward because it was definitely creaming that C-notch. And there's only one way the C-notch can go in. It's getting dark too. There we are. Okay, we're in the right hole now. We're about a 3/4 of an inch forward now. So you can see right there. See? Right there. You can see where the rear end is now forward. That should center us up in the wheel well and get us here in better shape also. Okay, let's go take care of the other side and we'll bolt it in. Verify here. You can kind of see, well, I rubbed it away, but you could see where we were good here. So let's bolt this thing in. We'll use these new brackets and get it bolted up at least tonight. So these are the new brackets. So I'm thinking to go in like this here, pushes the shock forward away from the axle, because it says in the instructions that it puts the shock ahead of the axle. So it only makes sense that it goes like this. And then we've got our 2 holes, which we've now moved it to this hole. We were in this hole. So now we're in this hole, moved it forward. This baby bolted up. Okay guys, that's it for today. Well folks, I got it all figured out. So I talked to the folks at TinWorks. All along I had it in the wrong place. So it doesn't go in front of the axle, it goes behind. And once I mocked it up there, it's nice, fits right on the frame rails. But, however, this shock mount bracket that they have, this relocation bracket, it's made for their new style C-notch. So they've got a new style C-notch with a bolt-on body mount. Because these were a bit of a bear putting in. I can see where that design is much better. And part of that, it has a lip under the frame rail. Looks like a huge improvement. And if you get this new style C-notch, the bolts are already there for the shock relocation kit. So it's just a matter of taking those 2 bolts out and then bloop, popping it right in, and then you're good to go. We don't have that luxury, so we got to drill 2 new holes in the bottom of the frame rail to bolt it on each side. And we also have to lop the exhaust out of the way because now the tailpipe is right where the crossbar needs to go. So that's going to be the first step. I'm going to get my zoot suit on. We'll crawl underneath here, remove the exhaust, hold up that cross member, get the thing all bolted in. Bear's laying on my blanket. I guess it is his blanket, I borrowed it. So it looks like the first thing we got to do is get this tailpipe out of here. I'll bring you underneath here. And you can kind of see right here, that's roughly where that shock mount is right where the tailpipe is. So the only way I can get this bracket up where it needs to be right here, this needs to go away. That's got to be stainless or something. Okay, tailpipe is out. Okay, now we are free and clear to get this bracket mocked up in here. So we're gonna crawl underneath, see what it looks like, see if we can hopefully mark these holes out. I'm gonna go grab a paint pen. We'll mock this thing up, mark the holes, and drill them out. So this is gonna end up sitting like basically up in here. So we're gonna make sure all our wires are clear before we drill. Let's see if I can get it into place right there. And I think after we get this in, what we're gonna do, we're gonna buzz a weld right into here to join this to this. Those are nice looking holes right there. Okay, let's get a drill. Let's try blasting some holes in here. was fun. We gotta do that one more time, and then we'll get this thing bolted in. We'll see you in a sec when we're bolting this critter in. Well, that one was way easier than the other side. That was a piece of cake. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And we're good to go. So now we're just gonna try, I've got some grade 8 bolts that I picked up, so we're gonna try to sneak this cross member in here. Hopefully the holes will line up. Had it in there once. There we go. Boom, shoulda boom, boom, boom. Let's grab some bolts. Nice. So far, so good. Nut washer, lock washer, and a nut ski. Okay. Just got to make sure you have the correct amount of ooga boogas on there. And I think I got the correct amount of ooga boogas. Time to tighten up the other side, and then it's shock 30. I'm too old for laying on my back like this. Whew. Ooga boogas. Ooga boogas. There, yeah, right amount of ooga boogas. There it goes. Up goes the weasel. The cross member is in there. Now we just need to bolt these shocks up, put some air to it, and let's hope we don't have any leaks. Pirates don't like leaks. Okay, we're gonna go in, grab a bite to eat, and we will see you in a minute after dinner. All right, we're back from the front, all fed, put my feed bag on, got the old belly filled. So now we're just gonna throw these shocks in. Hopefully we can get them in without too much trouble. I think they'll go in all right, so let's try to throw these things in here. So they give you nice shocks, but I'm using these old air shocks here, hoping to give us some liftage. Missing a little rubber washer for that air line. I had a kit somewhere, so we got to find that kit so we can get this back together. Otherwise, I got to buy another kit. There it is, guys. It's in. Look at that. Much better. The geometry is much better. Before with the factory mounts, these things were laying like forward and really not doing much of anything. This tucks them up high, gives you some shock action, and I think these, once we air them up, will give us that little bit of altitude we need, that inch or so of bump up. Let's crawl on out of here. So all in all, guys, I think it's a awesome little kit. It's gonna work out great. It's really not too bad to install. Piece of cake now that you know how to do it. And if you have a lift, it's really easy. Yeah, so I think we're in good shape. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave this one here. We got this in. So next for old Earl here, we've got the tailgate tour coming up in 3 weeks. So we've got 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that. It's not very long. We gotta finish this. Tomorrow I'm gonna pick up the new drive shaft. That's all rebuilt, brand new, so we'll get that in. I gotta find a kit with the little O-rings for the air lines. Get that in, make sure that's functional. Clean the wheels, get them back on. And we also need to change, we got a code for the EGR valve. So I got a new EGR valve and a new map sensor. We're just gonna replace it, we'll do that, we'll change the oil, get Earl ready for the road trip. Oh, and we got something wrong with the old passenger side window. It's jammed up or something inside, so we gotta work on that. But hey, we're getting in good shape, and we're looking forward to this old tailgate tour 2025. So if you can make it, that would be awesome. Love to see you on the tailgate tour. It's gonna be a good time. So hey, we're gonna leave this one here. Don't forget, cameraman Ron always said, do something today to make somebody smile, because you never know, it could change the world. And that's the truth. And look, we're coming along on the house if you've been following along. So right after this one, I'm gonna put a little video out of us doing some work on the front of the house and a little catch up, but now we're working inside, getting the framing done in here for the second floor. All right, guys, y'all take care. Appreciate you watching to the very end. Thanks, guys. Means the world to me. Appreciate it. Y'all take care. Bye. Good old Earl.